I got my first set of glasses when I was in second grade. Didn't really like them, put them away, never wore them. I remember being in middle school and they had the eye exam during gym class on a surprise basis. And I used to sneak out real early and study the chart and make sure I got in that line so that I wouldn't get the note sent home that said I had to get glasses. So I really tried to avoid it as much as I could. And by the time I got to high school and could start driving, right, it became much more important, so I got contacts. And so I've worn contacts for about 20 years. It was about a year or so ago, I happened to just be at a charity event one night, and one of the gifts at for a fundraiser, one of the items you could bid on was LASIK surgery here and getting a significant discount. And I just started thinking about it that night. I called my wife and I said, well, let's check it out anyway. It can't hurt. And so that's how I got into the process, learned more about it. Hey, I came into my initial consultation here and went through a variety of tests. I couldn't tell you what they all are. And when it was done, it took a little while, but everybody was really nice here. I had a really good time doing it and learned a little bit while I was here. But what I learned that really disappointed me was that I was not the ideal candidate for LASIK. And although I could have had LASIK done by other doctors, Dr. Lipstock said, hey, if you're not the perfect candidate, you know, he doesn't want to do it. And so I ended up, he suggested PRK. And that really concerned me because I thought PRK would be the old technology, maybe not as good of a result. Just because you use PRK doesn't mean you're going to get different results per se. It's just that it's a little bit of a different process and a little bit different recovery period. So I went through a recovery period where you're just having to do things like put drops in your eyes for a few months that you don't have to do with the traditional LASIK. So the recovery time they talk about is not really something where you're in pain or going through something that you really regretted doing. It's not like that at all. I came in for surgery on the day of and was very excited about it, a little bit nervous. They had explained very clearly what would happen, and of course I'd done my own research and asked some other people, so I had pretty good expectations of what would happen. But what's surprising about it is when you finally go into the room where they do the surgery, how quick it really is. It didn't take very long at all. And I mean, I'll never forget the part where they said, okay, we're done, and they pull you up out of the chair, and the first thing you notice is that clock across the room, and you can see it clearly, and it's kind of stunning, actually. It really is almost life-changing to me on a day-to-day basis. I think people that have had great eyesight all of their lives don't really appreciate those that really have struggled with it or had to do contacts. And even though I had great success with my contacts, there were a lot of inconveniences and things that I didn't do that I wanted to do. And you know, having gone through the process now and having the surgery done, I can do a lot more things that I was not able to do before. And so it's really been a significant improvement in my day-to-day life. Being able to see clearly when I get up in the morning, there's little things like that, but there's also things like doing some water sports. I did water skiing in high school, lost my contacts, never did it again. Now 20 years later, I'm doing those things again, and that's what's been fun. Driving with the windows down in my car, I couldn't do that with the contacts. It would just, you know, dry my eyes out. And so I once lost a contact on a roller coaster, you know, got blown out. I can do things like that now. Those are just some of the little things, but I don't have to worry about it like I used to. I don't even think about it anymore. So I would really recommend it. It's been a great experience. If I could summarize my whole experience with Dr. Lipstock and the surgery, I'd say it's been exciting and well worth it.